9 and 9. AB off the bench with 15, 4 of 9 from deep. Duncan Robinson with 25. Jimmy with 20, 10, a triple-dub, 12 dimes. Let's hear from Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Yeah, Frank, what did you see in that first quarter out of that starting lineup and when the gap started to grow pretty early?
Yeah, well, this team with their movement really challenges your defense, and you have to be on point. And they're very unique, very similar to Golden State's type of movement. That's what we saw when we played these guys in the finals. Your defense really has to be connected, and we just had a few too many breakdowns, and they made us pay with everything. Even when we had solid defense, they hit a tough three. So give them credit for coming out strong.
And the flip side would be, what did you see out of the groups that got back into it and kind of combining those together? The lineups have been at the mercy of injuries and such all year, but are you starting to get closer to seeing some things that you know are working consistently? Yeah,
every game there's lessons, and I want to credit the guys that competed in the second half. We held them to 44 points in the second half. Obviously, it's too late. In terms of what we gave up in the first half, but we stayed believing in each other, and we're able to cut a 26 point lead down to 4, and just weren't able to close it out.
On the sideline, out of bounds with Talon, what were you looking for in the play?
Yeah, I don't want to get into the design of the play for future opponents, but it's not Talon's fault for that turnover. We have pressure release options in place that weren't presented to him.
Frank, obviously a lot happened in the game, but I want to focus a little on Trevor. I understand that he missed a lot of time this year. Are you guys still trying to play him back into rhythm? Has that been some of the thinking? And
yes.
And just how bad of a way is he?
He's going to come around. He had a tough night. He'll come around.
Okay.
Frank, you mentioned the defensive connectivity was better as the game went on. What does that mean? Like, what were you guys actually doing better defensively?
Well, our smaller lineups have been struggling defensively, so we're incorporating more switching, and in particular with off-ball action. And this is, with Golden State, the best off-ball movement team in the league. So it's challenging, especially when you have a guy like Duncan Robinson, the threat that he carries. So we tried a couple of different coverages when the first one wasn't working. And, like I said, you guys have to be really connected and reading each other on the fly at high speed and with a very small margin for error. And, that's what you saw with the way the Heat made us pay in the first half.
Frank, what's the plan for AD over the next couple of days before the next opportunity, I guess, for him to play on Tuesday? And when he does return, will it be a no restrictions type situation, or do you know yet?
I don't know that yet, and tomorrow he's going to get some work in, and we'll see how his body's responding, and we'll make decisions at that point.
Russ obviously was fundamental in the comeback effort. What do you take away from his game tonight? And it seemed like a really strong scoring game for him as well. Is there something that you see about the looks he took tonight that built some of the confidence?
Yeah, well, we want to continue to encourage him to attack the basket as much as possible, and he makes great decisions when he gets there in terms of whether he has the finish or whether he has second side threes. I think he found several shooters on three-point shots, painted great situations, but also was efficient finishing at the rim. And that's what we want from Russ, to continue to attack. And in terms of the comeback, he's one of the great competitors in the game. So the competitive spirit showed up during that comeback.
Yeah. Frank, you mentioned belief and kind of that this team still has it. I guess how important is that for you to see enough of these kernels kind of as this team has gone through these ups and downs over this first, where are we at, 47 games? I mean, that there is still a belief that down 26, the game isn't over, that they'll play through the finish line and then something like that. I mean, that seems like, even in the past week, that seems like a growth.
Yeah, for sure. This group believes in one another. They know that the 82-game season, even if everyone was healthy, was going to take a long time, potentially for them to gel and to learn each other and build a connectivity. And with guys in and out, it's been delayed, but the belief in each other has remained strong. And you know, the goal is to continue to grow every day and build the habits that are going to, you know, give us a strong run down the stretch of the regular season, and you know, the habits that are going to win for us in the playoffs.
Lakers 6-game road trip continues on Tuesday night when they take